The Goose Girl. A long time ago, a great king died and left his wife, the queen, and their only daughter. The princess was very beautiful and her mother loved her dearly. A kind fairy also cared for the princess and helped protect her. When the princess grew up, she was promised to marry a prince who lived far away. When it was time for her wedding, she prepared to travel to his kingdom. The queen packed many rich gifts, gold, silver, jewels, pretty dresses, and other treasures. She also sent a waiting maid, like a servant, to go with the princess and give her safely to the prince. The princess rode a magical horse named Falada, which the fairy had given her. Falada could talk. Before leaving, the fairy cut off a lock of her own hair and gave it to the princess. She said, "Keep this lock of hair safe. It has magic that can help you on your journey." The princess put it in her dress and said goodbye to her mother. One day, as they were riding near a brook, the princess became thirsty. She asked her maid, "Please fetch me some water in the golden cup." The maid rudely said, "If you're thirsty, get off your horse and drink yourself. I won't serve you anymore." The princess was gentle and afraid, so she got off her horse, bent down to drink from the stream, and cried. The magic lock of hair whispered, "Alas, alas, if your mother knew, she would be so sad for you." Later, it happened again. The princess asked kindly, the maid refused, and when the princess bent down to drink, the magic hair slipped into the water and floated away. The maid was happy because now the princess had no protection. She forced the princess to trade horses, take off her royal clothes, and wear shabby ones. She warned, "If you tell anyone what I did, I will kill you." When they reached the prince's castle, the prince believed the maid was his bride. The real princess was left standing outside. The old king saw her, thought she looked too delicate for a servant, and asked about her. The false bride said, "She's just my companion. Give her some work so she isn't idle." The old king decided she could help a boy named Kurtken care for the royal geese. The false bride was afraid Falada would talk and reveal the truth. She asked the prince to kill the horse. Falada was killed, but the princess begged the man who did it to nail Falada's head under a dark city gate so she could still see him. The next morning, as she and Kurtken passed through the gate, she whispered, "Falada, Falada, there you hang." The horse's head answered, "Bride, bride, there you go. If your mother knew your fate, she would grieve so." In the meadow, the princess sat down and brushed her silvery hair. When Kurtken tried to pull some, she chanted, "Blow, breezes, blow, take Kurtken's hat, blow it far away till my hair is combed today." The wind blew away his hat, and he had to chase it. By the time he returned, her hair was safely tied up. This happened again the next day. Kurtken complained to the king, that the strange goose girl was teasing him. The old king decided to watch. He hid near the gate and heard Falada's head speak. Then he hid by the meadow and saw the magic wind trick. That evening, he gently asked the princess why she acted this way. She cried and said, "I cannot tell anyone or I will die." But the king begged until she told him the whole story. The king dressed her in royal clothes and saw how beautiful she truly was. He told his son, "This is your real bride." The prince was overjoyed. The king planned a great feast. The false bride sat on one side of the prince and the true princess on the other. No one recognized the goose girl in her royal gown. The king told the whole story as if it were just a tale and asked the false bride what punishment the traitor deserved. She said she should be put in a barrel with sharp nails inside and dragged by horses until she dies. The king replied, "You have judged yourself. This is your punishment." The prince then married the true princess, and they lived happily ever after. The good fairy visited them and even brought Falada back to life. The end.